before we get started. And then boom. We got 7 or 8 weeks to increase your morning height. And that's our focus. You start talking about evening height, I can't work with you no more, man. Because I know you're screwed. I know you're screwed. I've seen it with everybody. I haven't seen anybody who don't be screwed, who fixating on that evening height. They're missing the whole point. Okay? But you may say, other people got taller or not focusing on morning height. And I would say, yeah, that may be true. But here's something else that's true. They were not focusing on evening height either. Now, were they? No. They were not focusing on that evening height. So many people want to focus on evening height like I focus on morning height. That's one of the most terrible things you can do. You either focus on the morning height, like I say, focus on it, or don't focus on no height. Because people who have grown taller without focusing on morning height, they were not focusing on evening height. They may have been aware of their evening height, but it ain't something they measuring every day. They ain't worried about it, you know. And there's so many people who have grown taller without even trying to grow taller. It's like, boom, whoa, I'm taller. They were not focusing on their height at all. But people who did grow taller without focusing on their morning height, they weren't focusing on their evening height. They may have been aware of their height and they just did their thing, and they may have checked their height periodically, but they weren't focused on it. Even the stories that we read about people who cycled and they grew taller. It seemed like some of them weren't even focused on growing taller. They were just trying to get to work. And then they noticed they had got taller. They were just trying to live healthier lives by riding a bike more or something. And then they get taller. They were not focused on evening height. So listen to what I'm saying. People who grow taller are not focused on evening height. So why on earth would you focus on evening height? Why on earth are you doing that if you're doing that? Why on earth are you doing that? As much attention as I give to my height, it's all morning height. It's never evening height I'm giving that kind of attention to. It's morning height. So why would you focus on evening height? If you're going to focus on a height, let it be a morning height, not your evening. If you don't want to care about morning height, great. But don't you dare focus on the evening. Don't even look at it. Put your stadiometer away. We don't even need that. Put it away. Burn it. Throw it away. Something. And you only measure your height when you go to the gym or something. Go to the gym. You go to the doctor's office. That's where you can measure your height. You don't need a stadiometer. But you're working with me, you're going to need one. Because we want to know what your height is doing. We want to have intimate knowledge of your height. Intimate knowledge. Okay? At least up to a certain point. So, yeah. If I see you getting crazy, it's okay. Men get crazy sometimes. If I see you getting crazy and it's throwing you off, then one of the coaching instructions would be, get rid of your stadiometer. You don't need it. It is not healthy for you. It is unhealthy. 'for you to have stadiometer. Get rid of it. Okay? The aim of the game is to get you results. So, when I say things like over the course of 60 days, I believe I can help you grow an inch, or I believe I can help you grow an inch and a half in morning height, it's with the understanding that your evening height will go up as well. It's just that morning height is our point of focus. And it keeps you motivated. It helps with motivation. And it even helps with optimization. When you do a certain thing, you eat a certain way, and you see your morning height go up, and then you do the same thing or something similar, and you see your morning height go up in a similar way, you know how to optimize. You start getting wisdom on optimization, how to optimize your life, your daily patterns for greater height growth. That's what looking at your morning height on a daily basis does for you. It helps with optimization and speeding up the achievement of your goals. Okay? Yeah. This height thing can be easy. It is easy once you know what to do. The most difficult part is life. Life and mindset. But growing taller, it's easy. It's easy. There's life and mindset. With mindset comes discipline and everything. It's like once you have a discipline, it's like the height will come. Remember, most of your height you gain without even trying. Okay? So, working with me, it's just getting the right patterns established. And you know in your own life, when you get a pattern established, you don't even have to try no more. You just do it without thinking. Like, you know how to drive without thinking. You know how to play an instrument without thinking. So, the height growth lifestyle, you can learn how to do that to a degree without thinking. Okay? I don't want people to be thinking that it just takes so much effort to get taller. No. It don't take much. In fact, growth is life. I kind of have the belief like that. Like this. Living things grow. Things that are not growing, they're headed toward death. That is why I have the belief that if we are super healthy, the way we should be, we are probably growing minutely, year by year, without even realizing it. We are probably growing. If we're in tip-top health, even into old age, we're growing. And I said this years before I put up that video about the old man. This has already been my belief. That in ultimate health, we actually grow little by little, ever so little, even into old age. So yeah, I'm said my spiel. Boy, I bet this video long. But I think it's important for people to watch, because mindset makes people lose more than anything, in my opinion. It's mindset.